Realize too, there's a story I read about you was from 2010.
Yeah.
And that was the way the Dallas media introduced you to the world. It's a picture of yourself, it's a picture of your mother outside, just, kicking, taking a picture, and it talks about how y'all have the same cheekbone, same smile, all those things. And then it goes through all the negative you had been through, right? The things you had to deal with your mother, whether it be sexual orientation, going to jail, and it was already negative.
Yep.
Another story I get to when, whatever went on between you and your mother and allegedly, like that word you love, allegedly happened, it was literally, the title was, a list of Dez Bryant's negative incidents since he's been a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a story, it was 2011, such and such, he did this. 2012, such and such, he did this. I want to go back before that because in order for them to build a narrative, there had to be a place or a genesis where they felt like they could start.
Oh.
Tell me a little bit about you and your mother's relationship. Because I had my first baby at 19, and I feel like we grew up together.
Yeah.
To have a baby at 15, bro, when
13.
you can barely, 13? When you could barely take care of yourself. What was that relationship like between you two?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. My mom know I love her to death, but the relationship was kind of weird. Since I was a child, I feel like I never got I never got the mom, that I always wanted. No matter oh man, it get deep. But like I said, I never got the the mom that I always wanted. And I think that's something that that bothered me, throughout my life a lot. But I also got it too. I also understood, all the things that my mom been through. So that kind of made me kind of mature early too. But the relationship with my mom, man. All I say is this right here, it's not what I always wanted, and it's something that I would never want a kid to ever experience, but, we can't control the cards that, we was dealt. That's why I really never, held anything against my mom. My mom damn near like my sister. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It was just a weird situation, because my mom been through some rough stuff. My mom sold drugs. My granny sold drugs. Like my uncles and all of those guys sold drugs. And it was just like, I don't know, man. It was just that relationship was never there. I used to beg for my mom all the time, and and it was never the way I always wanted. Every opportunity that I remember being a child. I remember my mom went to jail, and we went to go see her in the penitentiary. And I want to say they gave us about, I think it was like 3 to 4 hours. And when I had to leave there, man, that was one of the most craziest feelings I ever experienced, in my life. And even as a kid, I knew right then and there, I was like, man, something got to be different. I don't know what the change gonna be, but I'm gonna put that on me to figure something out. Like I had this mindset at a very early age, and I just wanted to do better to build a better relationship with my mom. To give her that life that she ain't never experienced. Making it to the NFL, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. And, when you make money, I'm thinking, that's gonna solve all the problems.
Yep.
Man, that shit made all the problems worse.
Yeah.
times 10.
Times 10.
Yeah.
When you run down all the people in your life that you said sold drugs, we understand that those a lot of times are decisions of circumstance. Right? The place of hopelessness you find yourself in, you feel that's the only way out, even if that's not true. Right? That's what we've seen people turn to. But you're talking about getting money and hoping that money solves those problems. The issue is money was always the problem.
Yep.
Right? And so now when you get it and you realize that putting money on it doesn't change it, putting money on it doesn't heal hurt, doesn't heal trauma. You're at a loss because your entire life you've developed this thought that once I make it, it fixes everybody, including me. So when you get to the point where you realize it's not fixing it, what did you do then?
It got to a point to where it was like, I had to start realizing, like, you know, just the little structures that I gained and I developed over time, they never experienced nothing like that. You know, so I couldn't even fault some of my family, you know, for their actions, you know. But, you know, what I had to do was I had to kind of remove myself and kind of love them from a distance so they can kind of understand, like, hey, man, like, I don't know. I had to remove myself. You know, I had to remove myself from some family members so they could, you know, get a better understanding of who I am, what I'm about, and I'm not like that anymore. Like, I'm not from that. Like, I'm from that, but I have babies, you know, like I care. I'm not neglecting mine. And, you know, I'm building better experiences, you know, for them. I like to think my baby's smarter than me right now, you know, just due to the things that I put them through. Just the entitlement from the family, you know, yeah, is I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Like I said, it was causing problems. I feel like that's where a lot of my problems, you know, came from, was trying to, you know, be a part of my family, help my family, and put them in a better position.
You don't ever want to feel like you're turning your back on your people.
Facts.
And that's people that, you know, come up with certain circumstances or certain demographics. Naturally, that's just a natural reaction, right? And I think a big problem with sports, all professional sports, is that when you involve the media, you know, they don't give the media a pamphlet to say, look, this is the background on Dez Bryant, Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor. They don't say these are.
I think the narrative is. I really think that the narrative is purposely built to destroy.
No, but I'm trying to go somewhere else because I want to talk about, you know, the trauma, you know, upbringing, all those different things that aren't always seen in the forefront because people see the success or the ability or talent that you are and what you can do on the field. Not until shit hits the fan, they see everything that was buried, right?
Yeah.
And whatever those experiences are. You were raised by a kid.
Right.
13, your mother was a child.
Yep.
My mom had me at 17. You just said your mom is like your sister. My mom never felt like, my mom is my mom, don't get me wrong, but she never felt like my grandmother was that role. She endured that role. So my mom and I, we developed sort of a brother-sister relationship, and we super tight now. And, you know, for NFL businesses, whether it's basketball, they don't give that information to the media. The media, all they want you to do is perform. You know, while you're out there, they don't care about everything else that's going on in your life unless you get into some shit. Whatever those red flags are, they're gonna right away, and that's the story. They're not gonna say, well, Dez Bryant comes from this, and maybe this is part of the reason he's been this way. They're not psychologists or psychiatrists. They don't want to do that deep dive. Whatever it was you were experiencing, whether lashing out at the media, you know, some locker room moments, this and that, everybody has an opportunity to mature and grow.
Facts.
And once you get in that spot or in that position, though, you have to be accountable.
But it's
and
hard
also
to
make sure
it's hard
that
to
you
mature.
understand the position you're in.
Facts. It's hard to mature and grow when you're not given the opportunity. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I was
You have to give yourself the opportunity.
That's facts. But I know for me, that's all I always was looking for that. You know, and I just kind of felt like, you know, I was never blessed with that opportunity. I'm just being honest. Like I was doing a lot of things on my own. I was building a lot of things on my own.
There's pressure.
But the thing about it was like I was doing it right. Like that's what I mean, like. And what I mean by like the opportunity for help, it's like if I express that this is going on and this is going on and I'm not getting the proper help, that's, you know, I'm not getting the opportunity to better myself.
Were you expressing that within the organization?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you consider proper help, though?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, Fred, and I'm telling you, hey man, I'm dealing with this, but you already got it made up in your mind, is this because you took somebody else's word for it? That's not giving an opportunity.
So